Thanks for joining me on what will be the final episode of The Secrets of Fallout 4. Yes, this is the final episode because we will be changing series to something. Series, is that a word? Well, something that I'm really excited about, but that's not the focus today. So let's just look at secret power armors. So I did a little research, and it turns out power armors are everywhere. They're behind closed gates with terminals. They're underwater. They're just on the side of the road. And when you do find these armors, they are only as good as how high your level is. So when you find these armors, they're going to be weak if you're a low level or strong if you're a high level. And most of these armors are only partial sets as well. So who really cares about them? For the rest of this episode, we will only be looking at where to find the best, complete, or rarest power armor sets in the game. Starting with the best complete armor set, the X01, find the 35 Court building, located just southwest of the Custom House Tower location on your Pip-Boy. The 35 Court building is unmarked, so just look around this point exactly on the street. The building will have a big sign on the front, which is lit up at night. Supposedly, the armor may not be a X01 suit, but a weaker one instead, if your level is too low. I'm not really sure what this level is, so just save before you enter the building. Simply make your way up the building using the elevators and you will find yourself on the roof, where the armor is locked behind a door. All you have to do now, once you're on the roof, is walk around until an alarm sounds off, and then kill the robots waiting for you behind the two doors. I used a console command to kill all the enemies, so just be careful when you see two fully functional and deadly robots coming from both doors. You may want to set up mines on the ground or run back down the ramp to pick them off. Once the robots are dead, simply press the red buttons they were guarding and your armor will be revealed in the center. If the armor is not an X01 suit, load that save you created before entering the building. Next up, the Piezo? Well, I don't like Piezo. We'll say Piezonucleic unique torso piece. You will find this one in the Cambridge Polymer Labs. When you enter the building, a robot will welcome you for a tour. Start the tour and follow it around. It can be pretty boring to go through these steps, but I have to say I like it when the game designers put quirky events like these into the game. When your tour guide tells you to sit down for the presentation, you can't wait through it like you normally would by going through time. You just have to wait till it's done. Once you are guided through the building, you will be trapped behind the doors of a broken sterilization chamber until you can complete a side quest. But no matter, that's what we came for. Almost immediately, you come across a terminal. This room is where you will make the unique torso piece. But first, you have to explore and find the canisters of samples scattered around the area. All but one of them look the same. They are large and easy to spot. One of them, however, is smaller and sits in a test tube rack on a shelf. Bring all the samples back to the terminal area we started in, and if you examine the terminal, it will tell you the armor needs gold and lithium samples. But since your samples are only named by number right now, you have to put each one into these positions and use the terminal to analyze them. Once the samples are analyzed by the terminal, their numbers will be replaced with element names. After analyzing all your samples, you will have one that says gold and another that should say lithium. Put the gold and lithium samples into place. Go over to the holder on the right, and with no terminal work needed, your smaller sample will simply be put into place. Finally, go back into the terminal and select the option Run Loaded Fabrication Routine. Now just watch through the glass as the unique piezonucleic armor is sent through the machine. You can pick it up on the right as the gate opens automatically. This armor has very high resistance, as well as the special ability to regenerate your action points faster as you are exposed to radiation. While no other power armor in the game is better than the X01 or Piezonucleic pieces, there are paint jobs that, while not secrets per se, are hard enough to find and cool enough that I had to include them in this episode. The first paint job magazine to find, Hot Pink, is located on the top floor of this parking garage. We covered this location in the previous Secrets of Fallout 4 episode, Rooms and Locations. Make your way through the dark, creepy, and trap-filled maze up to the top floor, and you will find a room with a hot pink magazine resting on the nightstand. I don't expect most players to use this paint job, not necessarily because it's pink, but because the game designers made this pink so visually loud. It's hard to pretend you are desperately trying to survive an apocalyptic hellscape when your armor doesn't exactly say, "I scrounged together what I could in this dark world." Next paint job, the Red Flame. Find this magazine at the robotics disposal ground at the northernmost portion of the map, just east of Sanctuary Hills. You can pick the magazine up inside this bunker, on top of a metal desk next to a terminal. Despite the name of the paint job being Red Flame, the flame itself is actually black, while the rest of the armor is painted red. With a black flame and red paint, this paint job is pretty cool. Now for the last paint job found in the Hot Rod magazines, the Green Shark. You will find this one at the Adam Cat's Red Rocket. Walk to the back of the location and you can pick up the shark paint magazine in this trailer, again on top of a nightstand. Rather than being just a green color scheme though, this paint job puts the jaws of a shark onto your torso. Darker in feel than the hot pink, but not as bright as the Red Flame, this paint job makes just enough sense with the world you play in while pushing the boundaries of how fantastic you can make your player look in that world. And finally, the last paint job, the Adam Cat's paint job. Instead of just being an easy magazine pickup, this one is only obtainable after you complete some quests for the Adam Cats. To begin the quest line that will lead you to the new paint, you have to talk to this guy. Don't ask me what's going on with the noodles back there, and wow, is everyone shiny after it rains. Whatever, just go around until you find this person and she'll ask you to put something into a machine or water pump. Honestly, I just didn't care enough about this quest line and skimmed through it. So I don't know what they need here. Just head over to the machine thing that needs fixing across the water and the location will be marked by your quest on the map. Return to the Adam Cats and upon telling them you completed their task, a band of gunners will soon attack you. Kill all attacking gunners and speak with the Adam Cats again. After completing the quest line, you will be given access to their armor in the shop, as well as an ability to use the paint job on any armor type that accepts it. If the shop is too expensive for you, then you can kill members of the Adam Cats and loot the armor off of their corpses. Not all armors can be painted with the Adam Cat's paint, including the X01, which is the strongest armor in the game. So apart from role-playing, you may not be able to use this paint job if you plan to play as the strongest character possible. That being said, if you don't mind playing with a slightly weaker armor, this paint job is pretty cool to look at. Unlike the Red Flame paint that uses a black flame, this Adam Cat's flame is actually red. With a red flame and black armor color, this paint job is wild, but at the same time not immersion breaking as the other paint jobs have appeared to be. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed what you see, I hope you stay tuned in the next month as we will be releasing a whole new series.